Hello, and thank you for joining me on another episode of Mental Health, The New Wealth. I am your host, Nikita Nicole, the Illuminist, and I am so excited that you decided to join me for yet another episode. Now, in honor of the 11th episode of Mental Health, The New Wealth, we are going to talk about something that has great manifestational power. It can build you or break you down. It can help you flourish or be defeated, and is one of the things that we do every day on a regular basis that we pay little attention to. So we are going to get into this 11 episode energy and speak about words, what they are, how we use them, and what we can do. And this episode really hit home because I've been being very mindful of my words, mindful what I say, mindful how I speak to myself and other people, mindful of how I am allowing my own self-talk to run rampant in my head. It's not only important to watch the words that you say and the words that come out of your mouth, but what words you allow to penetrate. A lot of the things we say every day is overlooked. Words are in fact commands that are put together by spellings and combined it in sentences that last in our lives in a real way. So today I invite you on this journey with me to break down the word. Sit back, relax, and let's get into this episode. Before we get into this episode, let me say that I am not a licensed mental health professional nor a doctor, although I will host licensed professionals as guests from time to time. The mental health difficulties discussed on this podcast will come from extensive research, life experiences of myself and others, and are not to be taken as diagnosis, prescription, or cure to any health mental difficulties or disorders. If you are experiencing deep mental health difficulties of any kind and have lasted for any duration of time, please contact your local mental health professional for assistance with treatment. If you or someone you know is suffering with mental distress or thoughts of suicide, you are not alone. Please call the toll-free National Suicide Prevention Hotline, open 24/7 at 1-800-273-8255. Again, that is 1-800-273-8255. Now let's get into the episode. Words are defined as a command, a single distinct meaningful element of speech or writing used with others or sometimes alone to form a sentence. It can also be described as a sound or combinations of sounds that have meaning and spoken by human beings. To spell or spelling is the process or activity of writing or naming letters of a word. Sentence is described as a word, clause, or phrase, or a group of clauses or phrases forming a unit which express assertion, a question, a command, or wish. All of these are integral parts in the way that we communicate today. Hey y'all, we are back at it again on another episode. And this episode is more powerful almost than any other episode because this particular episode in dealing with words has something to do with each and every episode that we have done so far. So when you talk about words and the breakdown of words, let's get into what words actually are. Words are letters, right? And so to construct words, you need to spell, and then those words are put together in specific order to actually create a sentence. And so we do this simultaneously from as early as 3 years old until we leave this earth. And it's something that we take for granted, really. It's something that's so easy to do. It's how you communicate with one to another. It's how you speak to your children. It's what I'm doing right here, right now, in this episode of this podcast. We don't give speaking and using words the importance that it really deserves. So let's talk about how we organize words and put them together to mean what we want them to convey. When you are spelling, you're conjuring up the order of alphabets. in order to structure your command. Once you have got the proper spelling, you put these words in sentences. Sentences are not only the structure of words that usually has a noun, a pronoun, a subject, and all of these things, but sentences are also a time period in which we place on things as well. So let's look past the surface of what standard words are. So not only are you putting words together in spellings, you're putting a time frame on how long you want this to be. Most of us do not understand and know how powerful we are. Just like when you are upset or passionate about something and you're speaking about something with so much vigor and passion that the manifestational momentum that you are using at that very moment when you're upset or you're passionate about something can make something happen quicker than what it would if you said it with no vigor or passion. Oh, I'm gonna have a good day. I always get everything I need and want. I just work there. Versus saying, I am excited about this day. This job is a stepping stone for me to be able to financially afford to make my dreams a reality. I am excited that my children are so smart that they get to go to special elective classes. And I am thankful that I have transportation to get them to where they need to be in a timely fashion. You see how that feels? You see the difference in between when you say things that have no vigor, have no passion, have nothing behind it versus when you really put some passion? It's important to watch what we say and how we say it. What are you spelling? What are you mixing in the pot? What are you putting together? What words and combinations of things are you saying? How are you sentencing yourself? And this is not just something that I am speaking to you guys about. I have to make sure that I put myself up on game every day and do not let my mind and my mouth run reckless. As your mama used to tell you when you used to get out of line, or whoever used to raise you, watch your mouth. Watch what you say. Watch how you speak into your life. Watch how you speak into your children's life and your loved one's life. Watch how you let other people speak into your life. And what are you allowing to be said to you and through you? I used to be an avid cusser. Like, I love cussing. Like, it's something about saying a cuss word versus a regular word that gives it more impact. However, what am I cursing? What am I damning? What am I saying? Instead of saying things that are more uplifting and more enlightening, why am I choosing to put the emphasis on what I mean to say with a curse word? Well, because there is a certain level of passion, there is a certain level of energy and drive behind a cuss word. We can use some of those same passion and some of that same drive that we use to curse someone out, to say negative words, to get someone told, to let somebody know how we feel. We can use those same exact levels of passion and punctuality and drive to speak life into our lives and other lives. So watch your mouth. Watch what you allow to come out of your mouth. Watch what you allow to run rampant inside of your head, because most of the time, what you allow to flourish and just run wild in your head is what normally comes out of your mouth. Watch what you are feeding yourself. And you should be able to look around at your surroundings and the people that you commune and connect with on a regular basis, and then determine whether you are manifesting the life that you want to see for yourself every day. Are the people that you communicate with uplifting you? Are they helping you to expand and grow? Are they holding you accountable for the things that you said that you wanted to do and holding you accountable? And are you holding them accountable? Iron sharpens iron. It's going to be hard for you as a male if you are hanging around dudes that speak about negative things and they're always talking about things that are not progressive and elevating, for you to get yourself together, because you are around people that are spelling things into their lives and sentencing themselves to a life of poverty, to a life of non progression, to a life of drama. And likewise, sis, it's going to be hard for you to progress in an entrepreneurial space or get away from that job or do things that you want to pursue in your life if you hanging around city girl characters all the time. If you're hanging around pessimistic people, if you're hanging around people that do not see a lot for themselves, and so in turn they are repeating the cycle of, girl, who gonna retire that early? Must be nice that you going on vacation. Must be nice that you paid your car off early. Yes, sis, it is nice. It is nice, and I manifested my life to do this because the things that I say out of my mouth and the things that I allow to be spoken to me in my life is that of prosperity, abundance, and advancement. And it's nothing different that I am doing that you cannot do. So it's very important that we watch our mouths. And then to expand a little bit more of what we were speaking about letting people speak into your life. Sometimes you might not want to tell people about your endeavors or how you're moving forward and things. Sometimes you want to keep those things to yourself until you allow those things to come into fruition, because people always got their mouth on you. People always have something to say. I didn't even ask you, and you have so many opinions about what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and how I should not do it. And it's not going to be successful. Just because that is not your reality does not mean that that has to be my reality. I command today that in my generation, for my family and my friendship groups on a regular and everyday basis, those strongholds, they are stopping right here and right now. They're not going no further than me. I might not have had generations and generations of multimillionaires in my life, but I will be the first amongst many to come after me. And we have to command that. We have to say that. We have to stop repeating some of these things that we are told or that we hear in our life. These are curses. We are spelling things into our lives and sentencing ourselves to a life of mediocrity, sentencing ourselves to continuing to develop these old strongholds and spiritual ties that we have in our past into our present. And I refuse to continue to do that. That's why you won't talk to me any old type of way. That's why you will address me with respect. You will honor my space. You will respect my boundaries. And when you come to me, if you have something to say, you can say damn near anything you want to say to me. And I'm a pretty open person, as long as you say it with tact, as long as you say it with love and compassion. And that's with anything. You can give someone constructive criticism. You could tell somebody, you know what, you're just not quite my cup of tea. And that's okay. But it's in the delivery and in the way that you say things. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. You can have the life that you want to have. You can have the people that you want around you. You can manifest and bring to life all of these things through the words of your mouth and the actions that you allow to follow up. Not allowing others to give you their opinion on what they feel about your life and your decisions and how you have chosen to move forward in your life. Start to normalize journaling and writing things down to keep quiet to yourself until they come to fruition. It's like having a new baby. When you have a baby, you don't let everybody hold your baby. So treat the things that you want to manifest in your life just as that. That is a powerful gift that sometimes can make and break what happens in your life, how it happens in your life, how quickly or how slowly it happens in your life. So don't be reckless with such a powerful gift. Harness it as if your life depended on it, because it actually does. And our words at times can be a double edged sword, because as you would want to speak things as if you would like them to be, as you would want to watch what you are saying, as you are wanting to watch what you are allowing other people to say into your life, sometimes there is times where I have to just be completely quiet. Sometimes my spirit is stirred up in such a way that I have nothing positive to say. I have nothing affirmative to say. I don't have things to say that will bring forth life. And so in those moments, I am quiet. I use the old adage, if you have nothing good to say nothing at all. And so, a lot of times when I am waiting on things to manifest, a lot of times when I am waiting on things to come to fruition, I'm very quiet. I'm quiet in my spirit. I don't have much to say. I don't listen to a lot on social media. I'm not listening to a whole bunch of music with words. It's a lot of lofi, a lot of instrumental music. It's a lot of meditation music because I don't want things to disturb what is going on mentally. And I need to shift my energy to a more affluent, positive, high vibrational energy. So in those times, I say nothing at all. And at first, when I used to operate in that space, it used to be kind of strange to me because I'm hardly ever stumped for words. I always have something to say. I'm quick witted. But in those quiet moments, I can gather my thoughts before they come out of my mouth. It's one thing to think it, but it's something entirely different to say it. I have seen this work in my life on a regular basis in a negative and a positive spectrum, saying things over and over and over and over until they manifest in a negative or positive way. But either way, I could not blame anyone but myself for these things happening into my life. So sometimes we have to gather ourselves and be quiet. And then, in that same vein, I will ask you, what are you not saying? I have at times had issues with saying things that were positive or affirmative in my life because I felt like I did not deserve these things. Have you ever felt like you cannot let a certain thing part your lips because you did not believe it, because you did not understand that it was your birthright? You did not understand that you deserve this thing that you want? There was times where I couldn't even say out of my mouth, I am going to be a millionaire, because at the time I didn't understand how that would happen. I didn't see the vision. I didn't see the plan. I hadn't known anyone in my life that was. So for me, that was something that was unreachable. And because I felt like it was unreachable, it was hard to allow something like that to come out of my mouth. To say I deserve a healthy, loving, positive, growing, thriving relationship. Is that something hard for you to say? I am affluent and abundant, and everything that I want and desire is brought to me. People go out of their way to bless me in any way that they can, and I am always assisted and favored with minimal effort. I don't have to work for the things that I have in my life. The things that I want, need, and desire bend to my will and my liking. Is that hard for you to say? Do you feel like you deserve some of these things? Can you even visualize yourself not having any stress? Can you visualize yourself not having any financial woes? Who would you be if you didn't have these levels of stress? Who would you be if you can actually see yourself as this person enough to where you can say and recite these affirmations about yourself and your life? So, what are you not saying? What are you having a problem with saying? Are you the first in your family to be a graduate? Are you the first in your family to be a homeowner? Because of your upbringing, is it hard for you to speak life and affirmations into your children? So it's very important that you heal from some of those things that you have been told previously in your life that has been hidden in your subconscious, that is stopping you from speaking life into your own life, speaking life into your children's life, speaking life into your spouse's life, into your parents' life, and to anyone around you. Remove those things and those boundaries and those blockages that stop you from being able to speak in those ways that are to uplift you and advance you in this life. It's not that hard, it is just that simple. And when I wrapped my mind around this concept and decided that, yes, in fact, this was true, so many things began to change in my life. So many things began to shift, maneuver, and align in my life. I stopped wanting to do some of the same things that I was used to doing. I stopped wanting to hold conversations with people. I stopped talking about different things in general that no longer served me. I stopped being interested in knowing celebrity business and other people's business that had nothing to do with where I wanted to go in my life, because I understood that if I consume those things on a regular basis, then that's how I would speak and that's how I would manifest things in my life. I stopped entertaining certain things. I don't watch reality TV. Usually, people that watch reality TV on a regular basis, they speak different things into their lives to where they have interactions like the people on reality TV, wondering why you are continuously in mess, wondering why you are continuously confused or in entanglement, because that's what you watch. You listen to City Girls for your musical entertainment. You look at Love and Hip Hop or whatever negative reality TV show that is on at the time. That is what you listen to on a regular basis. So it just comes out of your mouth. Then it has no choice but to manifest. It has no choice but to come from your mind into your reality through your mouth. If you say something long enough, it will indeed happen. I promise you. And so let's talk about some of the things that we can do to shift our perspective and the words that we use and how we use them. So let's try to always be affirmative, right? So when we're speaking, when we're saying things, shift your perspective to be affirmative. So, what that looks like, instead of saying, I hate that I'm always stuck in traffic, I never get to work on time. Thank you for allowing me the time and the space to get ready earlier so that I am able to have a nice transition from my house to my place of work. Thank you for allowing me the ability to have a job that allows me to gain capital to push forward in the dreams and goals in life that I have. Thank you for the children that I have. I am so glad that they are energetic and vibrant, full of love, compassion, and are so eager to be taught and guided to have the best life that they are able to have. Thank you for my spouse that is mindful of me and the responsibilities that we have as a couple, and that we aspire to do better individually and collectively every day in our life. And so when you speak like that, you're basically praying. You can either do that and continuously do that to manifest the things that you want to see and have in your life, or you can continue to say, these kids is bad. I'm always late. I can't stand this job. I hate this job. Oh, my husband or my wife get on my nerves. Oh, I can't stand them. And you will receive more of that. The choice is yours. If you are applying for a loan or a grant, or, trying to get your business off of the ground, you can actually say, thank you for the good stewardship that I have over these millions of funds that I'm going to receive. Thank you for being able to have the avenues and the people in my business to be able to assist me with the endeavors that I need to grow my business. Thank you for the capital that I am about to receive to be able to put me in alignment with my target and my goals for this quarter and for the rest of the year. Or you could be like, man, they really ain't giving up no money right now. I'm trying to see what's going on, but I gotta commingle these funds. I gotta, I'm robbing Peter to pay Paul, out here trying to get it how I live. You can. You can very well get it how you live, but you've been doing that, haven't you? So let me know how that works out for you. Let me know how you not changing your perspective does for your life. If you really sit down and look at your life and the things that you say on a regular basis, you will actually see and be amazed at the life you created, negatively or positively. Another good thing to do to help you with this process while we are watching our mouths is mind your business. And so when I mean mind your business, mind the business that belongs to you. And I know a lot of us are fixers and doers. I am one of them. If you tell me what's going on, I will try my best to make sure that you are in alignment and do whatever it is that you need to do. However, I had to learn to mind my business. I had to learn to mind the business that pays me and the business that helps me to grow within myself mentally, spiritually, and physically. And so I had to learn to become a little more self-centered, not conceited, but self-centered. Not self-absorbed, but self-centered. And a lot of people who like to abuse people and other people's time and disrespect boundaries and things of that nature and are takers don't like that. Oh, they all about they self. They about I am, and I will continue to be, because if I'm not worried about myself and making sure that I am centered in all ways, mentally, spiritually, physically, and making sure that I am taken care of, I cannot pour into your cup. And a lot of people think that my cup is half full so I can pour into your cup, or my cup is full so I can pour into your cup. No, ma'am. If your cup is not overflowing, listen carefully. If your cup is not overflowing, not just full, if your cup is not overflowing, then you have no business pouring any of anything into anyone else's cup, period. If you pour from a full cup, me pouring into your cup is going to have my cup half full or almost empty. And if I'm pouring into your cup from a half full cup, then my cup will be empty. So if I'm not making sure that I am self centered, self aligned to where I am in the flow of my blessings and everything that belongs to me, so that my cup is overflowing, I am not able to pour into your cup. So mind your business. When people come to you and they speak to you about things that have nothing to do with you, mind your business. I'm not saying that you cannot be a good friend, but I am solutionary based. After you are done complaining and I give you a couple of complaining sessions, that's cool. All right, so what we going to do? How we going to move forward? That's just how I operate. I'm not going to be able to listen to you the third and fourth and fifth time after we have come up with a solution, or I discover that you don't want to make a solution at all. You just want to talk about it and complain. And I don't want to be involved in that because number one, that's not my business. And number two, I have to be careful with what I listen to and the things that I regurgitate and the things that's being regurgitated to me. I have to be careful. I have a responsibility to speak life into you. And if we are constantly talking about the things that are not conducive to you moving forward in your life, then I am playing a part of the problem. And sis can't do that. I can't play a part of the problem. If you with me, around me, we going to elevate, we going to expand, we going to grow. And if I can't do that with you, then we shouldn't have any dealings with each other at all. So another thing other than watching your mouth in general, watch what you say, watch what you think, watch what you're allowing other people to say to you, is mind your business. If it don't have nothing directly to do with you, your offspring, your household, it don't have nothing to do with you, mind your business. You can't save nobody without putting your oxygen mask over your face first. How I'm gonna save you if I'm damn near about to die too? So mind your business and watch your mouth so you can bring those things into fruition that you have been wanting. It's been too long that you have lived below your means. And I'm not saying in a financial regard, below what is your birthright to have, but you will have whatever it is that you say. Another thing you can do to shift your perspective and help you work on having a cleaner mouth. This goes to my potty mouth people. Listen to meditation music. Listen to the radio edits of certain songs. I love cussing. Cussing makes me happy. Still to this day. It's not something that is good. It's not something that you should do all the time, but I like cussing. It's a nice little release, but you don't need to curse. You don't need to curse anyone or anything. And so, because that is important for you to change your perspective so that you can change the things that come out of your mouth and how you respond, it is important for you to listen to things that do not have profanity. Sometimes when you listen to music, maybe it shouldn't have words at all. So just change those things so that when you do use your words, even if they are in a way to convey something to someone else, that you are using them properly, and that even though you are being clear and concise, you are not using curse words or profanity or anything that might skew your message from getting across. It is easier to do that when you are not listening to things that are of that genre, when you are not feeding yourself things that are in that likeness. I also encourage you to have a journal life, a prayer and a journal life. Sometimes when I'm praying in my head, I cannot get things out. So sometimes I will write them out. so that I can make sure that I'm having full and clear thoughts. That is also very important for you to be able to do. If you feel like someone will read your journal and it's not something that is private enough, take it with you or put it in your phone in a lock folder, whatever it is, but get it out on paper. And then also, too, that will help you to keep those secret things that you are bringing to manifestation to yourself because you're writing it down. Sometimes when things are happening good for you, you just want to tell the good news. And I love people like that. Don't just come and tell me what happened to you bad. Come and tell me what happened to you positive. Come and tell me what is growing and coming to fruition in your life. I like to hear those things. But sometimes you can't tell people those things because you don't need their perspective, their commentary, and their views to muddle or stifle or slow the manifestation of the things that you want to come to pass. So it's easier, it's better to write those things down and to also journal those things. And as you are doing the work and preparing yourself for the life that you want to see and the life that you are creating, make sure that you are using affirmations. Make sure that you use affirmations in the start of your day, the middle, and definitely at the end so that you can make sure that the spellings and the sentences that you give yourself throughout the day are something powerful, are something affluent and affirmative to the life that you want to create for yourself. Words are not the only way that we manifest things in our lives, but they are one of the most powerful ways that we manifest things in our lives. I hope this episode was able to help you with some of the things that you can do to make sure you restructure your mental process so that you are speaking things in an affirmative way in order to manifest the desires of your heart. I challenge you to be more mindful of the things that you listen to, look at, read, and participate in because as we walk around, the things that we do and that we say on a regular basis is the direct relation to what we intake on a regular basis. So, as you are working on watching your mouth and minding your business, always remember your mental health is the new